Normal approximation, section 6.3. Computations of binomial probabilities can be time-consuming. If NP and NQ are at least 5 or more than 5, these computations can be shortened with reasonable accuracy using normal approximation. When using normal approximation, change the interval width by 0.5 on each end. Example, during a flu epidemic, 30% of children get the flu. So P is 0.3, Q would be the proportion not getting the flu, which would be 1 minus 0.3, which is 0.7. Find the probability that between 20 and 40 children inclusive, and a sample of n equal 100 children get the flu. Binomial probabilities would be very time consuming. We want to check that both NP and NQ are bigger than 5, and the answer is yes. N times P, 100 times 0.3 is 30, which is bigger than 5. N times Q, 100 times 0.7 is 70, which is bigger than 5. The mean, we need to compute the mean, our expected value, which would be N times P, 100 times 0.3 is 30 students, and the standard deviation, square root of N times P times Q, square root of 100 times 0.3 times 0.7, about 4.58 students. And then last step, we want to set up the probability, the computation. So we want the probability that X is between 20 and 40 inclusive, and we need to subtract and add 0.5 on each end of the interval, because 20 is going to include everything from 19.5 to 21.5, and 40 is going to include everything from 39.5 to 40.5. So we want that interval from 19.5 to 40.5. That's because we're replacing binomial probabilities, which are whole numbers, with normal probabilities, which are intervals. And then then compute each score into a z-score by subtracting the mean, dividing by the standard deviation. And we got the probability that z is between negative 2.29 and positive 2.29. And this is 2 times the probability that z is between 0 and 2.29. That's because of the symmetry of the normal distribution. So if we look on row 2.2, column 9 in the table, we get 0.4890 multiplied by 2, we get 0.978, or approximately 0.98. So the chance that between 20 and 40, inclusive of the 100 children of the sample, we get the flu is about 98%, which is significantly high. And that concludes this presentation.